Hi everyone, Mariana here. This is going to be another vehicle video, a part of that series. And today we're going to talk about my experience yesterday. I went with my daughter to so she's taking her Bachelor of Arts, and so she needs a fingerprints, of course, for the FBI background check, so she could be a teacher and be around kids. That's standard, I think, probably in most countries when you're around children. And so in this case, in South Texas, where we are anyway, we had to go to the sheriff's office first, pay for it, and then we had to go over to a detention center, and then that's where they get the fingerprints done. No problems, no issues, follow the process, all that stuff. The reason why I'm sharing this though is because it just took me, what I saw there. You didn't see any of the people in the detention center or anything, but what I did see while we were waiting for her to get it done was we were sharing this table where she had to fill out all these forms because there's specific cards and stuff, right? So I saw this young, well, I guess not young, but she looks young, but she was, I believe, I'm not sure which culture she was from, maybe Mexico, maybe Venezuela, whatever it is, but she was with one of the gentlemen there. Now, gentleman meaning like an officer there, and she came up to the table that daughter was filling out the forms in, and she had a really like solemn look on her face, very like saddened and stuff. And so the officer said, okay, I'll be right back, and checked her ID and all that stuff, so I'll be right back. He went and got a bag full, and it was a yellow bag of, I guess, the belongings of whoever this was to this lady. Now, some of the conversation was in English and some was in Spanish, so I didn't get the whole gist of it. But I know that when she opened that yellow bag, and it was like one of those big plastic bags or whatever, because there was clothes in it, so she grabbed some clothes and sort of smelt them, and then grabbed a cell phone that was in a bag, and a few other small belongings. And again, from the conversation was like, this was what was left of whoever this belonged to. This is what was left, because they were no longer on this earth plane. So they died, or however that happened, who knows. Didn't talk about it, and certainly none of my business. But what took me from this whole thing was that, he comes out this door and presents this yellow, like I said, hard plastic bag to her, and you could just see that her emotion was hard to keep inward. You could see the emotion was there, almost like, this is it. Like from whoever this person's time was in this detention center, this is all that was left of what they had before they went in. And I just thought, this person's no longer in this physical earth, and this is from the detention center. I don't know about belongings outside of the detention center, but this was all that was left of this person, like a bit of clothes and cell phone. And I just thought, it just struck me like, is this sometimes what your life has come down to, is just, this is the belongings, like very, little, and just to them it was clothes and a cell phone and a few other items in this bag from, you know, wasn't a prisoner, but it was, you know, from this inmate, and there was a number or whatever on it. And I just thought, you're like, I don't know, it just struck me so, like, so deep that your whole life has gone down to that moment that you present to this woman. Now, I would take it could be the mother, the aunt, or, you know, but it was someone, grandmother, I'm not even sure, but it was just their emotion from receiving this. And then my reaction, like I said, I was just taken by it, because I was like, everything that this world has to offer, and then all of a sudden it's just presented to someone as a yellow bag and a belonging. And I know people are worth way more than that, and there's the memories and all that stuff, but as far as that time at that detention center, it was just this little bag. And I just thought, I don't know, I was just so taken by it that, you know, it touched my heart so deeply. And it also sort of saddened me, because I was feeling her emotion, you know, being doing the energy work and the Reiki master and all that stuff that I am. I could feel her energy, because she was like right beside me, and, well, semi beside me, obviously, because we had masks on and that, but close enough that I could, again, hear the conversation and feel her energy and see her emotion and stuff. And I just like, wow, you know, that was just, and I don't even know if I'm portraying the whole experience well enough. Like, it might have been one of those things that, you know, you had to be there to fully get the grasp of how deeply that affected me. And so I am just going to do more of everything that I want to do, because life, you just don't know. It's such a gift. You know, it is such a gift, and there's so many things that you can experience, and so many beautiful things there is. And there's also the contrast to that. There's so many, you know, unfortunate, yucky things that happen as well. And I just know that I want to spend my time on this time that I have left on this time called Earth Plane, that I just do everything that I want to do and be everything that I want to be, you know. And because it can get taken away in the most unusual ways sometimes, or you know, one day you're here, or one moment you're here and the next you're not. So it's like, for me, it was like, live life my way to the fullest and all that stuff, absolutely, but live life the way that I want to experience it. Be the best person that I can be, whatever that is, in any moment. You know, it's a full, and have fun. Have more fun. Oh my goodness. Sometimes we take life so serious, and I know there's serious stuff that goes on all the time, but let's just try to enjoy life. Let's have more meaning in life. Let's, you know, let's just be the best person that we can be. And I'm going to be doing a blog and or another podcast on your legacy. Whether you're young or older, age doesn't really matter, but no matter where you are in life, like, what legacy do you want to leave? And what footprint do you want to leave on this earth? If any, maybe not, who knows? But thank you for letting me share today in this vehicle video. I just think it's really important that, regardless of what's going on, the events in our life and things that happen are there to show you something. And yesterday, because it profoundly affected me, I do know that it is worth doing this vehicle video on, and like I said, being the best I can be, and not holding back, and not waiting till next time or whatever. Just be who you are now. If you have a gift, share it. And thank you so much for listening. And until we meet again. Make it a dynamic day, and we'll see you in our next video. Yes, thanks. Bye, everyone.